Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're gonna take a look at this Megatron from Beast Wars series. So this is actually from Hasbro's War for Cybertron line. And I got this for 3,000 pesos, roughly $62. Before looking at the Beast mode and the Robot mode, let's check the packaging first. Now here's the packaging. At the front, you can see Megatron in Beast mode and Robot mode. And we have the War for Cybertron logo here. Then this Transformer is a leader class. Then on the side, we have a beautiful artwork. At the back is the toy itself. So we have Megatron in Robot and Beast mode. And it says 27 steps here for you to transform it. There's not much detail on the bottom, although it says here it includes figure, golden disc card, and instruction manual. And on the top is a Predacon logo. For the card, you can find it in the paper tray inside. So it's at the side here. So here's the card. So we have this shiny feature on the front, so that's nice. And at the back we have the logo for War for Cybertron. One feature of this card is it provides a alternate future or a different outcome. So as you can see here, we have Optimus Prime. But if we peel it off here, so this first layer is a sticker. So there, we can see Optimus Prime dead. Here's the overall look of Megatron in Beast mode. And now let's take a closer look. Now here's the head. So it has an amazing head sculpt. So you can see some texture on the skin, some scales. And here's the inside of the mouth. So they bothered to add details on the tongue and on the palate here. So that's nice. You can also see the blaster here. One issue I have here is on the teeth. So as you can see, there's a gap in the middle. So that's weird looking. It's like it's missing one tooth. Here, as you can see. There's also these ligaments here, this part. I wish they painted this in different color and made it larger. As you can see, if we open the mouth wide, there's a gap here on the top part. But still, it's just a minor issue. And the entirety of the head is made of soft plastic. Even the teeth, as you can see here. But still be careful playing with this one, because it's still sharp nonetheless. Here's the bottom of the head. Then here's the neck. So it has this wrinkly design, so that's consistent with the T-Rex. So that's nice. Then the chest. So you can see we also have details. We have some scalings here. And the neck and the chest, all the way at the bottom of the tail, here, is in a shade of flesh. Then here are the arms. One issue I have here is the nails. So they forgot to paint it white, unlike here on the feet. So it comes in white. The arms is also made of soft plastic. But still the nails are that sharp. So still be careful. Here's the side of the upper body. Here are the legs. So still we have texture on the skin and some scalings. So that's consistent, which is nice. The only issue I have here is the joint, the knee joint here. It's made of white. So I hope they put it the same color as this one. Since if you articulate it here, you will see white. So that's weird. Then we have the feet. So the nails come in white. And we also have peg holes at the bottom. Then here's the tail. So the paint application is nice. As you can see, the purple gets faded up to here. So mostly you will see green and flesh here at the end. My issue here is this spikes here at the bottom of the tail. I think this should not be here. So it's not consistent with the actual T-Rex that we know. Although I think it's understandable because we need these spikes in the robot mode. And then there's this revealing hinge here. So I wish they made it smaller so it won't be noticeable. As you can see here. One minor issue I have here is the gap between these two parts of the tail. I think they could have extended this skin a little bit here. Because it's a bit noticeable, as you can see. Then here's the back part, or the top view. So it's painted green. And still we have this consistent texture on the skin. So that's nice. Now for the articulation, the head can look up this far, but it can't look down. And the mouth opens this wide. There's also an articulation in the upper area here of the neck. So it can look up this much, but still it can't look down. It can also look left or right here. And these parts here of the neck are in a something like spring mechanism. So it tends to move when you move the head or the neck itself. So you can see here. And again, for this part here, you can move it forward or backward, as you can see here. Although moving it forward or backward doesn't feel like a T-Rex movement. And this lower part of the neck has a separate articulation because this is the shoulders of Megatron in robot mode. So it can move left or right as well, although this much only. And you can turn it left or right. For the arms, it's in a ball joint, so you can turn it 360 or move it left or right. For the body, there's no articulation. For the legs, you can move it forward this far and backward this much. And I tend to hold this part when moving it forward or backward because the part here, this one, is my basis of movement. Because if we hold it here when moving it forward, sometimes this part here gets stuck, as you can see here. So be careful when moving it. This part here might get damaged. You can also move the legs up or down, although just a little bit, because if you can see there are some consequences. If you move it up, you can see some of the robot mode here already. And if we move it down, there's a revealing gap here. For the knee, you can bend it around 90 degrees, so this much only. And for the legs, you can turn it left or right. For the feet, you can move it up or down. And we also have this inner movement for the ankle. For the tail, you can move it up or down just a little bit. You can also move it left or right, this far. And you can also turn it just a little bit as well. For the other half of the tail, you can move it left or right as well. Then you can move it 360. The height of Megatron is around 5.5 inches. The width of its body is around 4 inches. Then for the length, the head from the tail, it's around 12 inches. Then here's Megatron alongside Optimus Primal. Now transforming him to robot mode. Start by moving this up. Here. Then for the remaining piece, you just have to pull it. Then there's a part here that you need to insert here on the other side. So there. Similar to the other side. Pull, turn, and then lock. Then move this part up, removing it from the slot here. So there. And then fold backwards. So this should lock here. So there. Then turn the tail 180 degrees. Like this. Then move the feet horizontally. Then fold this entire section upward. So you should hear a click or you should feel a snap there. So basically this will be removed from this white piece here. Then we need to move these legs, or specifically these black pieces here, to the middle. So you can achieve it by folding the white part here to the middle. Then for that one, you can achieve it by turning this outward and then pull and then fold it to the middle. So there. Then similar to the right side, once folded, you have to pull like this and then fold it to the middle. If these two parts here from the left side hinders you, what you can do is move this slightly outward, the left side. Okay, then combine them at the same time. Like this. So there. Then rotate these parts here outward. So there's a sliding mechanism under it. So there. Similar to the other side. Unlike the instruction manual, I intentionally move these parts here after I combine the legs to the middle. Because if I positioned it like this before putting these legs in the middle, then it hinders me to fold the white and black pieces. Then at this point, you should have something like this. Then the next step is to separate these parts here of the body. Like this. And then fold these parts. Then the outer pieces. Then turn this entire piece 90 degrees to the left. Like this. But just be careful when rotating this, because these parts here usually blocks your way and you don't want it getting hooked and damaged. As you can see here. Then flip Megatron's head until you hear the snap. So there. Then for this part again, fold it upward. Like this. Then pushing it downward. So you will be articulating this part here. This one. Then combine it here. So there. Then for the back, you just have to insert these hands inside. Then flip this downward. Now the next step is to prepare the hands. Now for the head, just fold it downward and then rotate. Like this. Then the last thing is to transform the left arm. So first you need to flip this part. Like this. Similar on the other side. So there. Minus stress marks already. Anyway, moving on. Rotate this. And then fold this outward. Like this. And there you have it. Megatron in robot mode. Now looking at this closer, here's the head. So we have a nice sculpting here. You can also see the Predacon logo on the forehead. So in here. There's not much on the sides, as you can see here, and on the back. Even on the top part, there's no additional details. Then for the body, we have this teeth design here. Some details. So that's accurate with the Beast Wars series. Then on the side of the body, you can see a slat here. Unlike on the other side, so there's none. So Hasbro wasn't able to cover this one in robot mode. Although that's nice for me, it's not noticeable at all in different angles. Then for the shoulders, these are actually the throat and the crotch part of the Beast mode. But they still managed to look it almost similar, so that's nice. Then here's the right arm. So it's just the T-Rex head. Then again, we have the blaster inside. So there's a design inside, and this can be considered a peg hole already. As you can see, this is a hole. So if you have a blast effect, then you can try fitting it here. So here's the left arm and hand. Then you can also see the entire tail here attached to it. I hope they made it removable. But still, Hasbro compensated by adding details under the tail part. As you can see here. Even on the other side. As you can see here, there are details. Mine already has a stretch mark here for transforming Megatron several times. So be careful from your end. Then the back of the forearm is hollow, similar to the thigh. Although they added details as well, so as you can see there are something like metalworks here. Then we also have details under it. As you can see, there are linings. So there are panels here. And for these parts here, they made it that it will look like gears in here. Then we also have details at the end of the weapon. So the tip of the tail is actually a claw weapon here. Then the hips. Here are the thighs. So we have the blasters here. That's also accurate with the series. Then we have design all the way down to the knee. Then it's hollow on the inside. Although no issues at that at all. Then for the legs, there's no additional transformation that was done. So that's purely the T-Rex legs that we saw earlier in Beast mode. So in here. Then for the back, we can see a large, something like backpack here made of the dinosaur parts. Although, that's not an issue for me. It's okay. Then for the hips, still we have details here, as you can see. Although this part here looks weird for me. There's a protruding piece here. So I hope they added cover here using some parts of the dinosaur. Then we have the design for gears. So that's nice. Then we have additional sculpting here at the back of the thigh. Then again, my issue on the knee. I hope they made the color similar to this shade of the legs or the thigh. For the articulation, the head can look left or right. It cannot look down, although it can look up if we try to move this part here. For the body, there's no ab crunch, although we have hip rotation. For the right shoulder, you can move it forward or backward, and you can rotate it 360. For the biceps, you can move it up or down, but this much only. Then you can turn it 360. Then for the elbow area, you can bend it 90 degrees. Also, you can bend it outward, but this much only. And since the arms is actually the head of the dinosaur, then it has the same articulation as we've seen before. The mouth can open and close. Then you have up or down movement on the head. Moving on to the left shoulder, it can only rotate 360. Here. There's no front or back movement, unlike on the right shoulder, as you can see here. Then the left bicep can move up this far, farther than the right bicep, as you can see here. Then the bicep can also turn 360. Then you can move the elbow 90 degrees as well. The left hand can move up here, but not down. Then for the claw, the lower part can move up or down. And as we've seen on this part of the tail, it can rotate. And then left or right. Then the legs can move front or back this wide. So that's nice. Then it can move sideways this wide. Here. And since there's no transformation on the legs and the feet, then it has the same articulation as we've seen before. So the knee can bend 90 degrees. The legs can rotate. The feet can move up or down. And we have ankle movement. Then Megatron stands almost 8 inches in robot mode. Then this is him beside Optimus Primal. Transforming it to the beast mode would be the reverse of what I did earlier, or you can check this instruction manual. So overall, I really like this figure. This is a great value for money. I don't have any major issues here, just minor ones, such as the color of the knees here. The design and articulation on both the beast and robot mode are superb. And I also don't mind having this cable here. And that's it in this review. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help this channel a lot. And also, let me know in the comment section what do you think about this figure. So thanks again and see you on my next review. Bye!